Let's have a look. What are the news today? The Daily Prophet. Let's see. Bridge collapse. Death toll rises, and Harry Potter, the chosen one? Certainly. How grand it must be to be the chosen one. And let's see. Exclusive. New minister promises swift action. They all do, don't they? Ollivanders, shot, destroyed. Wormtail, make yourself useful. Bring me the tea.
I am not your servant.
I was under the impression that the Dark Lord placed you here to assist me.
I am here to assist, yes. Not to get you drinks.
I had no idea, Wormtail, that you were craving more dangerous assignments. That can be easily arranged. I shall speak to the Dark Lord.
No, that won't be necessary.
Be trusted.
The Dark Lord trusts him.
The Dark Lord is mistaken.
We seem to have visitors. Go answer the door.
Severus. Excuse my intrusion.
But of course, Narcissa. What can I do for you?
It's urgent.
Certainly. Have a seat. Wormtail will get us drinks, if you'd like them. And and then he will return to his bedroom.
Thank you, Severus. You're the only one I can trust.
Run along, one, two.
I think you are the only one who can help me. I know I ought not to be here. The Dark Lord himself forbade me to speak of this.
The Dark Lord has forbidden it. You ought not to speak. Put it down, Bella. We mustn't touch what isn't ours. As it so happens, I'm aware of your situation, Narcissa.
You? The Dark Lord told you?
Your sister doubts me.
I don't doubt you, Severus.
Narcissa, I think we ought to hear what Bellatrix is bursting to say. It will save tedious interruptions. Well, continue, Bellatrix. Why is it that you do not trust me?
100 reasons. Where to start? Where were you when the Dark Lord fell? Why did you never make any attempt to find him when he vanished? What have you been doing all these years that you've lived in Dumbledore's pocket? Why did you stop the Dark Lord procuring the Sorcerer's Stone? Why did you not return at once when the Dark Lord was reborn? Where were you a few weeks ago when we battled to retrieve the prophecy for the Dark Lord? And why, Snape, is Harry Potter still alive? When you have had him at your mercy for 5 years.
Before I answer you, Bellatrix, you can carry my words back to the others who whisper behind my back and carry false tales of my treachery to the Dark Lord. And let me ask you a question in turn. Do you really think that the Dark Lord has not asked me each and every one of those questions? And do you really think that, had I not been able to give satisfactory answers, I would be sitting here talking to you?
I know he believes you, but...
Maybe you think he is mistaken. That I have somehow hoodwinked him. Fooled the Dark Lord, the greatest wizard, the most accomplished legilimens the world has ever seen. You ask where I was when the Dark Lord fell. I was where he had ordered me to be. At Hogwarts. You know, I presume, that it was on the Dark Lord's orders that I took up the post. because he wished me to spy upon Albus Dumbledore. Well, over the years, I've played my part well, so well, I've deceived one of the greatest wizards of all time. Dumbledore is a great wizard, only a fool would question it. You ask why I did not attempt to find him when he vanished. For the same reason that Avery, Yaxley, the Carrows, Greyback, and even Lucius. For the same reason many others did not attempt to find him. I believed him finished. If he had not forgiven those who lost faith at that time, he would have very few followers left. The Dark Lord was pleased that I never deserted my post. I had 16 years of information on Dumbledore to give him when he returned. I had a comfortable job that I preferred to a stint in Azkaban. They were rounding up the Death Eaters, you know. Dumbledore's protection kept me out of jail. It was most convenient, and I used it. I repeat, the Dark Lord does not complain that I stayed. So I do not see why you do. Your next question was why I stood between the Dark Lord and the Sorcerer's Stone. That is easily answered. He did not know whether he could trust me. He thought, like you, that I had turned from faithful Death Eater to Dumbledore's stooge. He was in a pitiable condition, very weak, sharing the body of a mediocre wizard. He could not risk to reveal himself, not even to a former ally. For that ally might turn him over to Dumbledore or to the Ministry. I deeply regret that he did not trust me. He would have returned to power 3 years sooner. As it was, I saw only greedy and unworthy Quirrell attempting to steal the stone. And I admit, I did all I could to stop him.
But you didn't return when he came back. You didn't fly back to him at once when you felt the dark mark burn.
Correct. I returned 2 hours later. I returned on Dumbledore's orders.
On Dumbledore's
Bella,
or...
think. Just think. 2 hours. By waiting 2 hours, just 2, I ensured that I could remain at Hogwarts as a spy. By allowing Dumbledore to think that I was only returning to the Dark Lord's side because I was ordered to, I have been able to pass information on Dumbledore and the Order of the Phoenix ever since. dark mark had been growing stronger for months. I knew he must be about to return. All the Death Eaters knew. I had plenty of time to think about what I wanted to do, to plan my next move, to escape like Karkaroff, didn't I? The Dark Lord's initial displeasure at my lateness vanished entirely, I assure you. When I explained that I remained faithful, although Dumbledore thought I was his man.
But of what use have you been? What useful information have we had from you?
My information has been conveyed directly to the Dark Lord. If he chooses not to share it with you,
He shares everything with me. He calls me his most loyal, his most faithful.
does he? After the fiasco at the Ministry?
That was not my fault. If Lucius hadn't...
Don't you dare blame my husband.
There is no point apportioning blame. What is done is done.
But not done by you. No. You were once again absent while the rest of us ran dangers.
My orders were to remain behind. Perhaps you disagree with the Dark Lord. Perhaps you think that Dumbledore would not have noticed if I had joined forces with the Death Eaters to fight the Order of the Phoenix. And, forgive me, you speak of dangers. You were facing 6 teenagers, were you not?
You know very well that they were joined by half of the Order. And, while we are on the subject of the Order, you still claim you cannot reveal the whereabouts of their headquarters, don't you?
I am not the secret keeper. I cannot speak the name of the place. You understand how the enchantment works, I think. The Dark Lord is satisfied with the information I have passed him on the Order. It led, as perhaps you have guessed, to the recent capture and murder of Emmeline Vance. And it certainly helped dispose of Sirius Black, though I give you full credit for finishing him off.
You are avoiding my last question, Snape. Harry Potter. You could have killed him at any point in the past 5 years.
Have you discussed this matter with the Dark Lord? If I had murdered Harry Potter, the Dark Lord could not have used his blood to regenerate, making him invincible. Something I obviously could not foresee, but came to be of great value to the Dark Lord. And as I have already confessed, it was only Dumbledore's protection that was keeping me out of Azkaban. Murdering his favorite student would probably not have been the greatest idea, don't you agree? But there was more to it than that. I should remind you that when Potter first arrived at Hogwarts, there were still many stories circulating about him. Rumors that he perhaps was a great dark wizard, which would explain how he had survived the Dark Lord's attack. Indeed, many of the Dark Lord's old followers thought Potter might be a new standard around which we could all rally once more. I was curious, I admit it, and not at all inclined to murder him the moment he set foot in the castle. Of course, it became apparent to me very quickly that he had no extraordinary talent at all. He has fought his way out of a number of tight corners by a simple combination of sheer luck and more talented friends. He is mediocre to the last degree, though as obnoxious and self-satisfied as was his father before him. I have done my utmost to have him thrown out of Hogwarts, where I believe he scarcely belongs. But kill him, or allow him to be killed in front of me. I would have been a fool to risk it with Dumbledore close at hand. And you might be overlooking Dumbledore's greatest weakness. He has to believe the best of people. I spun him a tale of deepest remorse when I joined his staff, fresh from my Death Eater days, and he embraced me with open arms, although never allowing me nearer the dark arts than he could help. Dumbledore has been a great wizard. The Dark Lord acknowledges it. I am pleased to say, however, that Dumbledore is growing old. The duel with the Dark Lord last month shook him. He has since sustained a serious injury because his reactions are slower than they once were. But through all these years, he has never stopped trusting Severus Snape, and therein lies my great value to the Dark Lord.
I don't doubt you, Severus.
You should be honored, Sissy. As should Draco.
Severus, I didn't know who else to talk to. The Dark Lord has forbidden me to speak of it. He wishes none to know of the plan. It is very secret.
It so happens that I know of the plan. I am one of the few the Dark Lord has told.
I thought you must know about it.
Nevertheless, had I not been in on the secret, you would have been guilty of great treachery to the Dark Lord.
So, that's it. He has chosen Draco as punishment, hasn't he? You are the Dark Lord's favorite, his most trusted advisor. Will you speak to him? Persuade him? I beg you.
The Dark Lord will not be persuaded. And I am not stupid enough to attempt it. I cannot pretend that the Dark Lord is not angry with Lucius. Lucius was supposed to be in charge. He got himself captured, along with how many others, and failed to retrieve the prophecy into the bargain.
Then I am right. He has chosen Draco in revenge.
Yes, the Dark Lord is angry. Very angry indeed.
He's just a boy.
If Draco succeeds, he will be honored above all others.
He won't succeed. How can he? When the Dark Lord himself couldn't.
The Dark Lord is very angry. He failed to hear the prophecy. You know as well as I do, Narcissa, that he does not forgive easily.
Severus, you would succeed. Of course you would. You could do it. Instead of Draco. And he would reward you beyond all of us.
He intends me to do it in the end, I think. But he is determined that Draco should try first. You see, in the unlikely event that Draco succeeds, I shall be able to remain at Hogwarts a little longer, fulfilling my useful role as a spy. I can't change the Dark Lord's mind. I am afraid that's something no one can. But it might be possible for me to help Draco.
Swear to it.
Make the unbreakable vow. It's just empty words.
He'll give it his best effort when it matters most.
He'll just slither back into the hole.
Coward.
Take out your wand.
Will you, Severus Snape? Watch over Draco Malfoy as he attempts to fulfill the Dark Lord's wishes.
Gringotts confirms their dragon defenses are completely secure. They call this security. A blind wizard could walk in. The Ministry is regulating cauldron thickness again. Bureaucracy at its finest. Ministry incompetence. Fools, absolute fools, running the entire department. A babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Potter's face is on the front page again, just like his arrogant father. Seeking constant attention. Daily Prophet questions Dumbledore's frequent absences from the school. They misquoted the potion ingredients in this section. Asphodel in a Wiggenweld potion? Absurd. They printed powdered sage. It must be shredded. Using flobberworm mucus at the start ruins consistency. The mucus is the thickener. It goes in last. They omitted the dittany completely. Incompetent amateurs. You need exactly 4 drops of salamander blood. The Daily Prophet will poison half of Britain's children. Igor Karkaroff found dead in a shack. Coward got what he deserved. Arthur Weasley promoted to the Office for the Detection and Confiscation of Counterfeit, Defensive Spells and Protective Objects. Wolfsbane potion prices are rising. The Ministry is handing out security leaflets. Pathetic protection. New joke shop opens in Diagon Alley. The Weasley twins, of course. More Weasleys. They spread like an infestation. Another pointless article by Gilderoy Lockhart. Insufferable narcissist. An increased goblin presence outside Gringotts. Perfect. Running into more goblins than needed. Exactly what I wished for. Half of Diagon Alley is boarded up. Ollivander has vanished. The Ministry claims he is simply retired. Florian Fortescue dragged from his shop. They call this security? Gringotts security is checking wands with probity probes. Impractical, slow, and entirely useless against Imperial. Breakout from Azkaban. The Dementors have completely abandoned their posts to join he who must not be named. Daily Prophet warning citizens not to travel alone in the wizarding shopping districts. The Ministry urges businesses to stay open. A pathetic attempt to maintain a facade of peace. Hogwarts attendance remains steady despite the panic. Parents still trust Dumbledore, it seems. Bumper crop of fluxweed reported in Cheshire. At least potion ingredient prices might stabilize. Diagon Alley merchants form a collective security pact. Solidarity among the shopkeepers. How touching. Well, that's enough news for today.